It's not just talk, guys. It is not just talk. There's no such thing. There's no such thing as we're just talking. No, you're not. You're building. You're bringing life into something. You're setting a foundation. That's what conversation is. There's no such thing as all we did was talk. There are people who are married today because of a conversation that was initiated. There are people that are behind bars and in prison because of conversations that they had, followed by actions that now has led to to certain things that's brought them to jail and to prison. But it all begins with words. You can't plot a murder, and you can't plot a robbery. You can't plan those things without talking. So you have to understand words are important, and your conversations are the same. All right? People cannot be proven innocent without conversation. So please don't discount words, don't discount conversations, don't discount consistent, persistent conversations. Don't be surprised when you're growing closer and growing more fond of that person, more than your spouse or more than whoever you're with. That is the power of conversation. So no, it's not just talk. There are people who has a cop-out when it comes to taking accountability and being honest about damage and changes and violations of the relationship, because they go, oh, we were just talking. No, it's not just talking. It became more than just talking. You look forward to it. You're excited about it. You would miss it if it didn't happen. And you'll make certain adjustments to yourself, your life, your schedule even, to ensure that you do engage and continue those conversations. As your conversations with this individual increases, the conversations with your loved ones or someone else will decrease. If you're stabbing a friend in the back and you're talking about them to somebody else, you cannot continue being that same loyal friend. It's impossible, because you don't even feel comfortable when you know that you have been talking about a person that's been talking about you behind your back. When they have been exposed to conversations and things that's been said about you, and they probably haven't even said anything, but they sit there and entertain it, and they don't defend you, and they don't defend your honor. When they get around you, they can't act right. That's the power of words. When they've been talking about you and plotting against you, they cannot look you straight in your face anymore. That's the power of words. So it's never just words. When your husband or wife has gone out there, your partner, they've gone out there and they've slept with somebody else, they have a hard time looking you in the eyes. Sometimes they'll feel so guilty because of what they do. They'll be suddenly come home with a gift or a present because they feel guilty about what they've done. Now, I'm not saying everyone that brings you a gift, they're necessarily have done something wrong, but you know what I'm saying. When they begin to get closer to someone else, things are going to change with you. They're going to begin to notice faults, flaws, all these things. They're going to have all these issues with you. That's the power of conversation. If you were close to a family and they had children, when they're talking about you, when that family begins to talk about you, when you and that lady, you're both no longer friends anymore, maybe you and another female used to hang out and everything, something happened, things have changed, their children will change as well. That's the power of words, because when and if they are discussing you in the house and discussing you and saying things about you that's negative, when the children sees you, they're not going to be like how they were before. You know, they used to come to you and be like, hey, Miss So-and-so, or hey, Mr. So-and-so, or hi. When they have been in the presence of the gossip and hearing bad things said about you, they don't know how to be fake. So they're not going to run up to you like they did before and speak to you like they did before. That's the power of words. Let me tell you by the power of words. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. He didn't get to molding and fixing and doing anything. The only time that he put hands on anything was when he was breathing the breath of life into man, and he was forming us out of the earth. You notice he never said, let man be formed. He put his hands on us. He formed man because that's something totally different. He absolutely loves us. We're his babies. We act like it. But everything else he says, let there be, and there was. Let there be, and there was. Let there be, and there was. And Proverbs 18:29 teaches us that death and life is in the power of the tongue, and those that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. If you're building a relationship with someone else, you're bringing life to that relationship. At the same time, you are simultaneously causing the relationship you once had or still have, it will die. Because you can't do both. You will try, but you're going to neglect someone else. When you are infusing life in one area, you will have to be simultaneously initiating death to something else. When you're talking about someone behind their backs, you're putting life to that situation and making that person feels good about what they're saying or their complaint. But at the same time, you are stabbing someone else in the back because you're taking a side. Judas gave life to the crucifixion. He helped to set a fire in to light the wickedness and set a blazing trail to the wickedness that was already blazing in the Pharisees and scribes. And at the same time, the death of Jesus was coming into being. So you must take responsibility. Individuals must take responsibility for the things that comes out of their mouths. You are not just talking. In relationships where you are having conversation with someone else, no, it's not just talk. It's not a big deal. Because if it wasn't, you'd have those conversations in front of your partner and your spouses. If it was not a big deal, you'll be able to speak right there in front of that person. And some people, they've grown to the point where they've got very bold and they're doing that. But in their heart, they know it's wrong. But they're not bold. I don't care. I'm just going to do it. But there is an innate sense of knowing what's right and wrong, what's moral and immoral in all of us. We have that in us. God put it there. Whether you believe in him or not, it's there. But oftentimes humanity learns how to override it. So guys, words are not just words. As God spoke in the beginning, let there be. And it was created. And things came into being. It is the same way, guys. When you are building and speaking and saying things and talking and having a sidebar conversations or speaking and plotting and gossiping, the same way you are building and you're creating something that affects other people's lives. Whether it ends up with a man leaving his wife or his partner, a woman leaving her husband or her partner, cheating, emotional cheating, physical cheating, whether it involves someone being wrongfully accused, whether it's a friendship ending because of lies, ending because of betrayals. That's the power of words. That's the power of words. And so, guys, that's why the Bible tells us that we're going to give an account for every word that we have spoken. Every idle word. So, no, you're not just talking. No, it's not just a conversation. No, it's not all we did was talk. No, that talk is the reason why many people are conflicted and don't know what they want to do. That talk is the reason why a couple that was supposed to get married, the relationship did not happen because they listened to negative conversations that broke up their relationship. It's not just words, because every time you call the person stupid, ugly, fat, dumb, black, skinny, no good, that stuff, you spoke words and it went through their heart like daggers. And sometimes it takes years for people to overcome that house of insecurity that was built and placed in them and kept them hostage. There are many people who have gone off in their lives and done horrible, wicked things and did not hit their full potentials because they were told they were dumb and they were stupid and they were never going to be anything all their lives. That's the power of words. So don't take it lightly. There's no such things as just words. There's no such things as I was just talking. We were just talking. We're only talking. Don't let anybody fool you with that. Don't allow yourself to stay in a relationship with anybody who needs those sort of therapeutic aids and extra conversations outside of your own. If they are not content with you and they need all sorts of they have all kinds of attachments and people that they're chatting with and they can't make decisions and with you as a wife or husband, don't let them try to downgrade the magnitude of what they're doing through their conversations. Death and life is in the power of the tongue, and they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. And there is indeed damage that can be done with words. It's not just conversations. Conversation sets the foundation for more things. It sets, you see, what happened is in the beginning when God created the heavens and the earth, he said, let there be, let there be. And so the earth came and the animals came and all these things and the oceans came and the universe was set into place. All these things occurred with words. And then finally, he was able to breathe a life. After all that was said and done, now it's time for it to be habitated by man. It was time for it to be occupied by man, and he created man. That was the next thing, and he breathed life into that. So these situations and these relationships and things that take place where people say, it's just talk. No, the talk is setting the foundation for the next thing that will be, for that affair to be brought into being, for life to be brought to that affair. The atmosphere has already been sent. The earth was already set. And then Adam was created and Eve came. And then more and more things was created after that, more people. And so these illicit affairs, the plot for murder, the schemes to do wrong, to cut someone down, the environment, the atmosphere is set by conversation. And then it opens the door for more things to now manifest and take place. Life is breathed into it, and now it becomes a destructive force. Don't take those things lightly. It's not just words. It's not just conversations. It's way more than that. Don't let anyone fool you and make you think otherwise. And at the same time, be mindful of the things that you speak. Ask the Lord to put a bridle on your mouth if you have problems, the things that you say in anger, the things that you say to your children. You could say you're sorry, or you never say that you're sorry. Either way, that word is still out there. So you must be in the habit of asking the Lord to help you so that you can bridle your mouth and you don't just say hurtful things and constantly apologizing and get to the place of not apologizing at all. All right, guys, God bless.